3 children shot in just over 24 hours. 2 of those kids would end up dead. It's left so many of you wondering tonight how something like this could even happen. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Ann Elred. Incredibly sad. 5 on Your Side has team coverage tonight on this violence. And we start with Rico Bush, who sat down with St. Louis's police chief and mayor about what they're doing to stop the gun violence.
For much, Chief Don Hayden has talked about stopping violence by sectioning off the city into high crime areas. While neither of these shootings happen in those places, the chief tells me the Hayden rectangles are still his strategy.
You put together your patrol plans based on where most of the violent crime is occurring. So we're sticking to that.
Sunday, someone shot and killed 3-year-old Kennedy Powell in a drive-by shooting in South St. Louis. 6-year-old Oriole Finley, her friend, was also shot.
She can't die. She got shot in her chest.
We're asking the public to help us to hold those shooters accountable in particular.
Chief Hayden called the recent violence involving children unacceptable. I asked what plans are in place to combat crime. He told me some are already underway.
We beefed up our mobile reserve unit.
His plans also involve more community policing and placing more cameras and increasing patrols around the city in high crime areas.
It makes me sick that 2 kids, a 3-year-old has been killed and a 6-year-old is injured.
While Mayor Lyda Krewson agreed with the chief, she also called for more officers on the streets and for the council to keep finding ways to fund more anti-crime initiatives.
It's not the cure-all, but it is a way of removing one impediment.
And despite a similar murder rate to this time last year, one of the most violent years in our recent history, she says she still has confidence in the police chief to fight crime in the city.
We know that these murders are just so horrific.
In St. Louis, Rico Bush, 5 on Your Side.
Mayor Krewson says she's working with several agencies to combat crime in the worst of the St. Louis neighborhoods. An ATF strike force is now in town, and that team's expected to investigate offenders wanted for things like gang crimes, burglaries of gun stores, and carjackings.